Please welcome Dru, Willie, Sian, and Romeo to the studio. Fellas, what a story. I laughed, I cried, I was inspired by this. Let's go back to the beginning. How did all of this come about? You met at what age, Dru?
We met at the age of 9, me and Sian. We actually grew up in the church together, right? So
people were scared of Sian.
Yeah, he's always been a protector, you know.
Yep.
He's always been a protector. But I met Willie at around the age of 13, and then I met Romeo probably at 14, 15 years old. And
well, let's take it back. We played against each other 8 to 10. Me and LeBron was on the same team, and we played Dru and his dad in.
But we wasn't cool.
It was okay.
Yet at that time.
Yeah, that's okay because we won. That's probably why we weren't cool.
We wasn't cool. We wasn't cool yet. She wanted to know about when we got cool.
Mm-hmm. So I love the growing up together so young. Your dad, Dru, I think this movie is kind of a love story to him and everything he's done. What does he make of all of this?
For him, this is special, right? Because you got to see us as boys, and now we're kind of in his shoes right now, right? We're adults, we're parents, we're husbands, and this is what he always really wanted for us, to be successful, to you know, be great husbands, to be good fathers, role models in the community. So for him, this is how, you know, how it's played out. It's been wonderful.
LeBron says he wouldn't be where he is today without your dad. How is their relationship these days? Are they still close as ever?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing about Bron is he doesn't forget anybody, right? He knows, you know, the people who have helped him along the way, and he always endears to those relationships. So, you know, whenever they see each other, it's like day one. They pick up right where they left off.
I love thinking about you as little boys. We got the Fab Four here at LeBron for the Fab Five. This is so great because you came in 10th grade, Romeo. Take me back to the early days. Like, what was LeBron like? Did you have any inclination to be the star that he is?
I did know this. I didn't know if he was going to be the star, but when I think about all the games we played, without a doubt, he was always the best player on the floor.
Now that's coming from the general. When the general says that, that means something.
Yeah,
I know for me, when we were in 6th grade one time, I remember sitting there after a game, and one of my teammates turned to me and said, "You think Bron going straight to the NBA from high school?" And I said, "He gonna have to at least do a year of college." And that was the 6th grade, so he was always special.
You think that, Willie?
All the way back to 8 to 10. That's when I first met him playing with him at Summit Lake. And I mean, he always had something that made people around him better. You know, we had a young fella that was like the mascot on the team, like 2 years younger, but he dressed and got in blowouts, and his first score of the game, LeBron dribbled and rolled it to him, and he made it. So it was always something special about it.
Romeo, when you joined the team in 10th grade, had you heard about these guys? Did you know what you were becoming a part of?
Yeah, we didn't like each other.
He knew.
Yeah. Well, I could say I didn't like them.
Yeah.
You know, me and LeBron actually went to middle school together, so we had somewhat of a relationship. And I played against Willie in middle school, and he played better than me, but his team lost. And then we scrimmaged Sian and Dru. And, you know, so I knew of these guys. I didn't know them very well. I kind of got tricked into an AAU practice. And then when I showed up, it was like, man, these guys are here. It's like, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm punking out. So I stayed and I played, and I got invited to play on the AAU team, and then we just grew from there.
What's it like as parents now? When I watch this movie, I'm thinking about your drive, your grit, your determination, the rising against kind of all odds with everything. Are you worried you're not able to pass that along to your kids? Did any of them have it, what you guys have?
I think we're still trying to foster it and make sure whatever they don't have, you know, we support them and try and instill it in them. But I think the one thing our parents did is allow us to be kids. We love basketball. That was our passion. They just helped us nurture it. And I think, I mean, as parents, that's what we're trying to do. What do you enjoy? You know, I'm not trying to force basketball or athletics on my son or my kids, but whatever they have a passion for, I'm gonna support. Now, if it's athletics, I'm all in. I know something about that, but whatever they love, I'm gonna love and try and support them in it.
For your kids, is it Uncle Bron, Uncle LeBron? Like, what do they call him? What is he like in their lives?
My son called him Uncle Bron. He loved calling him Uncle Bron when he on the TV. So yeah, he do. And he loved yelling at the TV, Uncle Brian going off. So, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And
It's actually funny to hear them say that, right?
Right.
I mean, just because, like, usually they're yelling at the TV the same way. Like, my kids love to watch him play.
Yeah.
And they're like, Uncle Brian. You know, they might be upset at one moment and then they're excited. So it's cool to see them go through those emotions and just wanting him to succeed.
And mine's the youngest. I got a 2-year-old.
Oh.
So, so to hear him say Brian for the first time in the last couple of weeks, because he's still learning how to talk, and we always watching games, man. You know, it's stuff that's coming full circle.
He has to give the best Christmas and birthday gifts, right? We don't have to give details, but he better deliver on that front, okay? When Uncle Brian sends some gifts, I'm just imagining they must be good. That's got to be good.
Mm-hmm.
When LeBron comes to you guys and says, I'm turning this book into a movie, what was your first thoughts?
Finally. No, we had Rachel Winters, who's a producer. She's been fighting tooth and nail for a very long time to get it made. And then when the details came and everything worked out, we were like, finally, you know, it's going to be a great fiction about what happened, you know, so they can embellish some parts, they can take out some parts. And so that's what makes the movie great, is that they can kind of make it what it needs to be.
When people are asking, oh, how do you feel they're making a movie about you guys? How does it feel? And my initial thoughts were, I was a bit vulnerable, just off the simple fact of people looking into your life, and, you know, you don't know how people are gonna perceive you or, you know, what they'll think about you, but they did a good job with the movie. They did an amazing job, and I'm very proud of it, and I do love the movie.
Willie?
I would say the same. You know, this has been a long time coming. We've been talking about it, talking to Drew about 13, 14 years now when it first came up. So, you know, that wasn't too far from more than a game. So we was like, man, let's run it back. That was a good time. But now, you know, being fathers and husbands, it hit different to have these experiences with your family and be able to look back to when we were kids and we're in a position like Coach Drew was then to give back to the community and pour into the kids and our families and lead.
That's what matters the most. What do you think, Dru?
When we first found out,
He wanted Michael B. Jordan to play him, right, guys?
look, when we first found out, that's what it really was about right there. Who's playing who? Who's going to be your actor? Who's going to do this? So that was the first initial conversation between all of us.
All right, are we happy with the casting?
No, absolutely. I think the guys did an amazing job.
Amazing.
What about the actor playing LeBron? Did he get the mannerisms? Did he get everything down right?
No,
Yes.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
He nailed the Sports Illustrated cover.
Yeah.
Like the highlights, the dunks, even some of his celebrations after the dunks during high school. He did an awesome job.
But I think that you had a great group of guys playing us. We had an opportunity to go on set, get to meet them and talk to them, and just the chemistry off the set. It's no surprise that the movie came out as well as it did, man. They had a chemistry, and you can tell that they grew a bond over that time. So I was very pleased with them.
Sian?
Yeah, absolutely. I love my character. They had me funny in the movie like I feel like I am in real life. So I enjoyed that. So I thought they did a good job of depicting us and depicting me and myself. I was very happy.
Romeo?
I was excited because Scoot is very good.
Yeah.
You know, he's better than I ever was at that age, and you know, and just to see him be able to capture some of the moments that he made me feel like I was watching myself sometimes. So I think he did a great job.
Did y'all ever call the actors like, hey, a little more of this or less of that? Or on set, that just has to be the weirdest thing to watch somebody play out your childhood.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a good job of actually, you know, trying to reach out to us, right? Caleb was fantastic, and, you know, reaching out to me and just trying to figure out what our brotherhood was really about, what our story was truly about, and certain times and memories, how those things went. And man, it's crazy. When I watched the movie, he sounded like me a couple times, and that really tripped me out.
Now meeting you, he does. I guess the bigger question, looking at the four of you, what did your wives or significant others think about who's playing you? Because we always have an opinion on everything.
But no, I feel my wife was happy with my character, my scene in there. Felt the young man did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Had opportunity to watch it with the family, with the premiere at Akron. Had my family from Chicago come down, so it was special.
Oh,
and I think they all were happy with the turnout and how the movie came together.
What'd your dad think about it, Dru?
Oh, you know, he's emotional, right? So, you know, I think he's been on cloud nine since he had a chance to see it. You know, he's at the foundation of this story.
Yeah.
A dad who was never really even looking to get into coaching, and somehow it has developed into what a large part of his life, what it still is today. You know, he's still helping young men. He's still coaching at the high school. So
I love that.
it is just transformed, you know, who he was.
I love looking at this picture.
Me too.
Glance back and look at that. I'm just looking at all of your eyes, right? I just think that is tremendous. So full of hope. Watching the film, let's go down. What got you most emotional, Romeo?
I would say the last scene when LeBron was talking about he just wanted to play with his friends one more time. That made me emotional because in that context, I never thought about it like that. That being our last time playing together. You know, we work out together, we laugh, we go to dinner, but we being on the court one last time, I didn't think that would be the last time. And that really got me emotional thinking about that.
Sian?
For me, it was just seeing some of those moments in general. Us going to Swenson's and us just hanging out, having those good times, and they did a great job with the soundtrack, so it kind of drug some of the emotion out in those moments, and it just kind of just relived everything. I think it was just everything in total.
Willie, is there one scene?
I would have to say the scene with me and my brother. I lost my brother this summer before I got married, and to have him depicted in the film, and that's really take me back to a hard time that I went through in high school coming in and wanted to start with these fellas and be a part to contribute, and have to go through some injuries and then have to fall into my role and try and help however I can. Man, that was a difficult part in my career. So they touched on that, and it took me kind of right back to that moment.
Dru?
The one scene that hurt is seeing us fail in that moment, right? And really, like our chemistry being tested, and we kind of like.
Is this when you were all at the high school together?
It's all at the high school
So we're
together.
talking like 10th grade, right when Romeo, 10th, 11th grade?
11th grade,
Yeah.
junior year, right?
Yeah.
State championship game, we unravel, and that was hard to watch. You know, that take place. But the scene that probably had me the most emotional was probably when we hopped back in the car with my dad and we turned up the radio again.
Any scene with your dad, I just, oh my gosh. Looking at this picture here, what's something funny y'all could tell me about LeBron that most people wouldn't know?
Probably had on them Timbs.
What?
Probably had on them Timbs.
In that picture.
And them Uggs.
Dude,
It definitely wasn't the first take. It definitely wasn't the first take. I tell you that much.
It took
Is there
a while.
something that he didn't let other people in on that you know, because you guys are his
Well,
family?
I would just say about that LeBron's always been special. He's always been outgoing. He's always been funny. Even when we were kids, he's always, you know, will have you on the ground laughing, rolling. So he is people might be able to think that, you know, he's somewhat funny, but no, he lives funny day in and day out. So he's a character for sure.
I love in the Vanity Fair article it talked about when your dad first met him, he loved that he was just a happy kid and he'd come from bad odds and things that would bring other kids down. So he always had that substance in him to just sort of be happy. Who in the group, was he the jokester then that kept everybody laughing? Or who was that?
Him or Romeo, the one down here.
Romeo
Pretty
is?
funny, man.
I know the general right here. He kept you in line.
You gotta listen close to him, but he always got something to say too.
I think it's something to say about when we all get together. I don't know what it is, but it kind of just bring it all to the forefront. We kind of all become
a good
the
blend.
star of the show. It's a great blend.
everybody has their time.
It's a great
I
blend.
love what you just said. When you're all together, you're all the stars of the show. I guarantee that means the most to LeBron than anything. Let's talk about Bronny, LeBron's son. What do we think?
Looking forward to seeing him next year,
forward to
man. I think he's coming in with a good group, man. It's gonna be some more late nights staying up watching West Coast basketball, man.
It's been said it's LeBron's dream for them to play together in the NBA. What a full circle moment. What do we think about that happening?
I can't wait to see it.
Right?
I can't wait to see it. It's
Definitely
gonna
looking
be
forward to it. Pray that
spectacular.
they had the opportunity to experience that, man. You know, they put the work in to sustain over a career that long, and to have a son that can achieve that goal. I mean, that's great on so many levels.
And to me, it was always, I always looked up to like the Ken Griffey Jr. and his father. As
Cal Ripken. Then they played together, yep.
And you know, and to have that father-son duo and for it to be Bron and Bronny's chance right now is surreal. It's
Wow.
surreal.
You know, that's LeBron's dream. That doesn't mean it's Bronny's dream. You know, so as a parent, you know, and he said it himself, you can't force your dream on your kids. And so you can only hope that their dreams align.
Yeah.
And they may or may not. But if they get the opportunity to play together, I think it would be, you know, another storybook. I think it'd be another movie.
Watching Bronny in high school, because I know you're all so close, do you see LeBron in him? Like, that has to be wild for y'all. Is there any one mannerism or funny thing that he does that you're like, oh, man, just like LeBron?
His trot back after he scores. The trot back after he runs very similar to Bron.
Tonight, the big premiere. What are we most excited about?
I get to watch it with my brothers. I'm excited to see the actors and actresses once again, and just congratulate them on an amazing job they did. And I just hope everybody really comes out, sees the movie, and really understands our connection, our brotherhood.
Now, how's our drip tonight? Let's talk logistics. This is a massive Hollywood premiere. Are we ready? Are we ready? Do we have it? Are the ladies ready? Are we in?
We're ready. You know, I brought a suit. You know, afterwards, they're like, "You gonna sit through a 2-hour movie with a suit on?" If I have to.
Well, you have to teach me some of those LeBron handshakes. Does he have an individual handshake for each one of you?
Yeah.
Just
I'm the only one that doesn't do a handshake.
Why don't you do the handshake, Drew?
He's the
Just not
general.
my thing.
You
He's
said
too
it.
cool.
The general. The general does not take a handshake.
My thing is my thing,
I like that.
and that's not it.
Still the general.
we all have our own handshakes.
Do you have any handshakes?
No, I need one. Can you give this lame, older, you know, white bird over here something fun to do? I don't know. Give me something. LeBron retiring. Never going to happen, right?
Not now, in my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think he's retiring this year.
Sian?
You know what? I hate to say this, and I hope not, but I think it is really on his mind. And I think he's really doing some soul searching. He's been giving so much to this game for so long. And I never thought I'd see the day where it's happening. He's been playing at such a high level for so long. But I think he is really considering, you know, maybe in the next, who knows.
Yeah.
But I think he is thinking about it.
Well, he certainly left it all on the court.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's part of the circle coming full, circle, however you want to say that. But just even considering and having a conversation, man, he's been a part of basketball for so long. You know what I mean? It's hard to think, you know, we will ever turn the TV on and he not be a part of a commercial or coming on the primetime game or something like that. It's just been a part of our life for so long. But you got to do what's best for you.
Any thoughts?
He's considering it. Do I think it's going to happen this year? No. But when you get this far in your career, it's a natural.
Yeah.
It's a natural occurrence, right? You know, he knows that he can only play for so long. So now you start thinking about when that time is, and it's hard to keep up greatness.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it day in, day out, and you know, those are some of the things you start thinking about. Do I really want to keep waking up at 5 and get all these workouts in, and all the rehab and everything that I need to do to just get ready to play?
I injure myself sleeping these days, so he's doing really well.
Be careful.
Will he talk to your dad before he makes any big decisions?
It's a good question. Not sure. I'm not sure who he's going to lean on. I think it's going to be a very personal decision for him. I think he's going to know what he truly wants, and I believe that's going to be between him and his family more than anything.
Well, I can say this is a winning thing. This friendship is what matters in life, and I think it means more to LeBron and everybody. Like, what a great thing that you guys have together. I hope all our kids get this.